This black cat makes people uneasy worldwide, and scientists say the reason has nothing to do with superstition. Today we explore the Bombay cat, a jet black feline whose appearance feels wild, intentional, and deeply unnatural. By the end, you'll question whether this cat evolved naturally or if something unseen shaped on purpose. Before understanding where it came from, we need to look closely at what makes the Bombay cat feel different. Its jet black fur absorbs light. Its copper eyes reflect it, creating a presence that feels unusually intense. Every movement feels low, smooth, deliberate, more like a stalking animal than a relaxed house cat. So why does a domestic cat trigger the same instincts, the same alertness we feel around predators? Because these traits weren't random. They were emphasized, refined, and pushed far beyond coincidence. The Bombay cat did not appear through natural evolution, and that single fact quietly reframes everything you see. In the mid-20th century, humans began pursuing a very specific vision of the perfect black cat. This process had nothing to do with survival or nature, but everything to do with intention. Why would humans feel compelled to redesign an animal instead of simply accepting what already existed? Because the Bombay was never created to be ordinary. It was meant to symbolize something larger. For centuries, black cats carried fear, superstition, and suspicion throughout much of Western culture. Rather than changing beliefs, humans chose a different path, altering the animal itself. The goal was transformation, fear into fascination, darkness into elegance, superstition into control. But can reshaping an animal's appearance truly erase ancient instincts, or does it sharpen them? Because instead of removing fear, the design may have amplified exactly what humans reacted to. Every feature was refined, repeated, and reinforced until Bombay no longer felt accidental. Its appearance sends a clear signal: power, precision, control, even before the cat moves. Alongside that perfection, something subtle emerged, something people sense but rarely explain. If an animal feels unsettling without acting aggressively, what exactly is a human brain responding to? Not behavior, but intention, quietly embedded beneath the surface of its design. The Bombay became more than a pet, carrying human fears, desires, and contradictions inside living form. And once a symbol is created, it rarely behaves exactly as its creators expect. Which raises a final question: did this design truly succeed or quietly backfire? The Bombay cat was meant to feel comforting, familiar, and safe inside human homes everywhere around us. Instead, many people describe an unease they cannot explain when spending time near it, quietly alone sometimes. Why does a cat bred for companionship trigger alertness rather than comfort in the human mind instinctively? Psychologists note that humans react strongly to eye contact, posture, and silent sustained attention from animals nearby. The Bombay combines all three traits, but in a domestic animal we expect to feel harmless around us. That contradiction creates tension between what we see and what our instincts quietly sense beneath it all. This discomfort is subtle, psychological, and powerful enough to linger long after the moment passes for viewers. Humans often project meaning onto animals, especially when appearance triggers ancient emotional patterns in the brain subconsciously. With the Bombay cat, that projection becomes stronger because its design aligns closely with our primal visual expectations. Are we reacting to the cat itself, or to something our minds have been trained to recognize? Throughout history, humans learned to identify predators by shape, gaze, movement, and silent focused attention patterns instinctively. The twist is simple. The Bombay mirrors those signals without posing any actual threat to humans daily. That mismatch confuses a brain, creating tension between learned safety and deeply rooted survival instincts inside us. What feels unsettling is not the cat, but how accurately it activates our hidden instincts as observers. The Bombay cat represents a rare moment where human design collided directly with instinct and subconscious perception. It was shaped to be admired, trusted, and welcomed, yet it often evokes something quietly unsettling. If a design succeeds visually but fails emotionally, can it truly be called successful? The Bombay forces us to confront how deeply our instincts resist even the most careful control. What unsettles us is not the cat's nature, but our realization that design cannot override instinct. By reshaping the animal, humans unintentionally reveal the limits of influence over perception and emotion. So where does responsibility lie when creation produces unease rather than the comfort promised? The Bombay lives with that contradiction daily, carrying intention and instinct inside a single form. Perhaps the experiment never failed. It simply exposed something humans were not ready to face. Because in trying to redesign nature, we ended up learning far more about ourselves instead. Despite its unsettling presence, many owners report forming an unusually deep emotional bond with the Bombay cat. It follows quietly, watches patiently, and remains close without demanding attention like most domestic cats. Why does an animal that triggers alertness also inspire trust, loyalty, and emotional attachment? Psychologists suggest humans often bond more strongly with beings that command attention rather than seek affection. The Bombay may not comfort us despite its design, but because of it. This video is not really about a cat, but about how humans reshape nature to feel control. The Bombay cat shows how intention, design, and symbolism can quietly override what once evolved. We didn't create something dangerous, but we created something that reflects our instincts back at us. What feels unsettling is recognizing ourselves inside that reflection rather than the animal itself. The Bombay becomes a reminder that control over appearance does not equal control over meaning. And sometimes, the most revealing creations are the ones that expose who we truly are.